electronic stores announced hundreds of layoffs and closures. About 900 people are out of work as Best Buy closes 7 big box stores and 8 Future Shop outlets across the country. Both stores are owned by the same company. Another big Canadian retailer, Sears, also announced 700 layoffs at its department stores and head office. So it's really behind these sudden layoffs in the retail industry. Analyst Doug Stevens is here to tackle that question and others. Good morning, Doug.
Good morning.
So your sector has been watching Best Buy, Future Shop, and Sears for some time now, I would expect. Does this come as a surprise in either case?
You know, I wish I could say it is a surprise, but unfortunately it's not. In the case of Best Buy, you know, you really have a situation where in a pre-internet world, and certainly in a pre-Amazon world, a concept like Best Buy made a lot of sense, you know, and I can still remember, and I'm sure a lot of people can remember, the first time they ever walked into a Best Buy store, and it was just, you know, I mean, we couldn't believe the amount of inventory and the prices, and everything seemed really, really great. But in a post-internet world, and after we've now had a taste of Amazon and online shopping, you know, that selection no longer seems all that phenomenal, and certainly pricing is a lot more competitive in the marketplace. So in Best Buy's case, they really sort of lost their competitive edge.
Maybe then, given what you said, should they have done this sooner? Are they kind of behind it?
Yeah, they're way behind the curve. In fact, the retail industry has been sort of waiting on the sidelines for Best Buy to really take some sort of aggressive action. You know, they've been whittled away at now by Amazon for years and years. Consumer tendencies are changing, consumer behavior is changing. Certainly online shopping and mobile shopping now is having an effect, and yet Best Buy has pretty much continued to do what they do, maybe with a little tweak here or there, but nothing that's really making a difference.
Now what about Sears? Same case?
Yeah, Sears is the same sort of situation, but it goes back even further. I mean, Sears has sort of been, you know, attending this mid-tier in retail that really no longer exists, you know, and to highlight that, if you look at the sales results that came out of the U.S. over the holidays, you see that, you know, the best results were among chains like Costco and Nordstrom. So Costco at the low end and Nordstrom at the high end. And it's the middle ground that has been having trouble for decades now. And Sears is a very similar situation in that they just have not taken action.
So in order to turn things around, maybe one or two things that both these companies need to do.
Well, I think Best Buy needs to, you know, really go back to why it exists in the first place. And understanding now that, you know, selection in and of itself, there's no way that they can ever match the kind of selection that people get on Amazon. There's no way that they can ever really be the price leader in the marketplace. So I've said for years now that it's really up to Best Buy to redefine the whole electronics buying experience for consumers and create something that doesn't exist right now. You know, give us something that really makes it worth getting in the car and driving to Best Buy for an experience that we can't get elsewhere. In Sears' case, you know, I wish I had some optimism for Sears, but frankly, I mean, this is like turning around an aircraft carrier now that has a lot of momentum, and unfortunately, it's downward momentum. Calvin McDonald gave it a really good shot this year. He tried a number of things to try and resuscitate the chain, but I'm afraid anything now is going to be too little too late, and it wouldn't surprise me to see Macy's make a play for those locations within the next year.
Isn't that interesting? Doug Stevens, thank you so much for your comments. Appreciate them.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Let's continue along with business and head straight to B&N and Michael Kane. Good morning, Michael.
You know, Marci, let me just pick up on what Doug was talking about. The founder of the company, of Best Buy, knows exactly what Doug is talking about and actually wanted to do all of that, and he was hamstrung by the fact that it's a publicly traded company. He wanted to take Best Buy private so that he could make the changes without having to go through the board of directors and all the shareholders and all the rest of that kind of thing, and he could not take the company private. The board of directors blocked him. So yeah, Doug's absolutely right. Best Buy knows what it needs to do, and because of the corporate structure, can't.